Today on our show,
we are talking about the Inhumans, son, and we are also sitting down with the good people at Chicago Nerd Social Club. So all that's happening right now on Chuckload of Comics. Hello and welcome to Chuckload of Comics. My name is Chuck Lindsay.
I'm Shauna Lindsay.
We are back here. This is our 11th episode of Chuckload of Comics. 11.
11.
Who knew?
11.
11. So we're going to talk about the Inhumans today. We're going to review some really cool books. Inhumans are starting off with issue number 1 on multiple different books. So if you ever thought about getting into the Inhumans, now's the time to do it. Before we get into that, just yesterday we had a little sit-down conversation with some really, really cool people, a group called Chicago Nerd Social Club. Are you a nerd? Do you like nerdy stuff? Well, there's a group in Chicago just for you called Chicago Nerd Social Club. We sat down with one of the board members, Caitlin Rosberg. She told us all about it, so take a look. Here we go. Hey guys, we're here with Caitlin Rosberg with Chicago Nerd Social Club. Thanks for being here.
Yeah,
Caitlin,
absolutely.
really appreciate it. So Chicago Nerd Social Club.
Yes.
What can you tell us about it?
So it's actually been around for almost 10 years, which is pretty bonkers to me, because I was actually at the very first meetup that they had. And basically it's a group of a couple thousand Chicago area people on Facebook usually talking about nerdy things.
It's a lot of nerds.
It is a lot of nerds. Thankfully, we've managed to collect all of the coolest nerds who aren't jerks to each other on the internet. Like, we do have a list of rules about, like, you know, we don't call people names, we don't...
No trollers.
Yeah, exactly. And we do have a panel of moderators to make sure that that stays pretty good. But we also do a couple events every single year. Our big one is Nerdoween, which is our Halloween party.
We went there last year.
Yeah, but we are trying to up the amount of in-person events. That's the one perennial request from everybody is everybody loves the Facebook group and they love hanging out, but we want more in-person socialization. So
cool.
That's kind of our goal for 2017.
Cool.
Yeah.
So, I mean, how would somebody go about
if you
becoming a
just,
member or signing up?
yeah, you can either Google Chicago Nerd Social Club or chicagonerds.com, and that will take you to our Facebook group, our Twitter, everything. We do actually have a book club that meets once a month, which is awesome, and we're partnering up with a new bookstore that's going to be giving people discounts on the book club of the month. So yeah, it's a pretty cool group of folks for sure.
Books, comic books?
Yeah, video games, tabletop gaming. We're actually going to be at International Game Day at the Harold Washington Library on May 6th, or sorry, April 29th.
Get it right.
Yeah, I know.
Right.
I'm just too much things happening this time of year, honestly. So, but yeah, we work with the library a lot. We work with comic shops a lot. We work with game shops a lot. Just anybody that we can get to host nerdy stuff is how we work.
Yeah, I saw you got some Doctor Who
Yeah.
meetings that you do every now and again for all you Doctor Who fans out
Yeah,
there.
there's a really cool group that does Doctor Who meetups and does screenings at the Red Lion Pub, and we work with them a lot. Actually, a former board member is the organizer there, and he's pretty cool. Shout out to Gordon. Gordon's the best. Hi,
All right, Gordon, you're apparently the best.
He is. He's legitimately the best. So,
Cool.
Yeah.
Any other major events coming up? You might want to check out
we have C2E2 is coming up, obviously, and I did want to say one thing. You guys mentioned in your last video that it's really the best way to do is the shuttles. What you forgot was that the Green Line opened a new stop that's only 2 blocks away from McCormick Center.
Thank you.
So Green
You're
Line,
idiots.
pro tip.
What do you know? That's actually pretty badass.
Yeah,
It's
it's
always been a major bug of mine.
Right.
Why don't we have a train that goes to McCormick Place?
Exactly, and it was under construction because the Green Line is the one that also goes to like IIT. It runs kind of parallel to the Red Line but further west. And so they opened that up like right after C2E2 last year. So it was, but pro tip from a Southsider, take the Green Line,
But the
it's
question
awesome.
is the Green Line full of Chewbacca's and Han Solos and
It will be.
Fetts? So, make your own decision.
Yes,
You want to
right.
take the shuttle or the Green Line.
Yeah, so
Do
there's
both.
pro tip from me. But so we've got C2E2 coming up, a bunch of Chicago Nerd Social Club members and board members will have panels that we've been listing on our Facebook page. But the big news that we just, harangued this week is that we're going to be working with the Chicago Science March, which is also happening that weekend. So some of our board members are going to be organizing a meetup at the march itself, which is near the museum campus. And then some of our board members will be at C2E2 doing an in-con event associated with the march. So
Sweet.
Nerds of all varieties, welcome.
Well,
yeah.
you're in the right place at C2E2,
Yeah,
I guess.
exactly.
So speaking of C2E2, I understand you, aside from the Chicago Nerd Social Club, you got your own personal
C2E2
Yes.
plans? What you got?
So just for like a wee bit of background, I write about comics for the AV Club and Paste magazine. I'm also an editor for an annually published anthology. So comic book nerds, come find me. I will be dressed as Captain Boomerang on Friday and Saturday.
Yeah.
So
you'll
come
have a
find
big
me.
tall boy beer in your hand.
If they let me have one in there, yeah, absolutely. But so on Saturday, I've got two panels. Saturday I have one panel with a group called the Comics Education Offensive, and they're all about getting comic books into classrooms to help with literacy and education, and it's just a really cool group of folks. So I'm doing gender identity, understanding through art, and they talk a lot about how to use representation in comics and literature to help, boost young people's understanding themselves. Then on Sunday, I have the Representation Bookshelf, which is with the same group. Same kind of deal of like, how do we make sure that history and literature are accurately representing the world that we actually live in, as opposed to just...
What was that one called again?
The Representation Bookshelf. It's building a more diverse comics classroom. So especially in light of some of what the Marvel execs said this week, it's nice to work with those folks.
Are you referring to the Captain America?
Oh no, I'm referring to their VP of
communism
sales,
stuff, or what
saying the VP of sales said that the reason that they're not selling comics is because nobody likes diverse comic books.
That's ridiculous.
And then like 3 days later, Miss Marvel and Vision were both announced as Hugo nominees. So
Yeah,
like,
I mean, give me a break. Vision was the best thing ever
Yeah,
written
it's
for
basically
Marvel.
the guy was talking out of his ass and had no idea what he was actually saying.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's nice to see a lot of people taking that stuff very seriously, especially when it comes to kids, because the kids are our future, right?
I think I read that somewhere.
So the last one, and this is actually one of the last panel slots on Sunday, so I really want people to come to this one because people are going to bail, I get
Pay
it.
attention.
But this is pitches and portfolios, how to get the attention of editors and get into anthologies. So if you want to make comics, one of the biggest hurdles is just, you have to pitch stuff, right? You have to send it to editors and publishers and agents, and the comic anthology that I work on, we see a lot of the same problems and mistakes over and over and over again, and we really just kind of want to sit down and be like, guys, here's what you're doing wrong that's getting you rejected. Please take our advice, and then you will get accepted. So
That's
Yeah.
a really big one.
yeah, it's you see a lot of stuff at C2E2 every year of like how to get into comics the Marvel way, and yes, working for the big two publishers is nice, but it's not the only way to get into comics.
Right.
And in my opinion, I think people need to have like a more well-rounded idea of how to work with publishers and editors and agents, and that's kind of what we try to do at Ladies Night Anthology. The anthology I work on, we're going to have two guest stars with us at that panel. One is Zach Lenher, and the other one is Hanna Priata, and Hanna Priata is from Finland, actually. So they're coming all the way in from Finland. They're part of a large comics collective outside of Helsinki, and they're super badass. So,
Sweet. So you
yeah.
got panels on, just one more time. What days? At C2E2?
One on Saturday and two on Sunday. I will also be there on Friday, again, wandering around as Captain Boomerang. You will be able to identify me by the jacket and the hat, and if you come up and high-five me, it will make my day, because high-fives are like the most pure form of affection in my mind, so.
I kind of agree to that.
Right?
Yeah,
Even if
cool.
you're not a hugger, high-fives are awesome, and they're
High-fives
super
are easy.
satisfying, right?
You can scare people when you walk up and try to get one off
Exactly,
those things,
exactly.
especially in cosplay.
Yeah.
So yeah, Caitlin Rosberg, thanks a lot for talking to us.
Absolutely.
Chicago Nerd Social Club, and of course C2E2. So
Yeah.
thanks a lot for being here.
Yeah, absolutely.
How cool is that, people? Thank you very
cool.
much, Caitlin, for taking time out of your busy day to talk to us.
Yep.
Yeah, you got some really cool stuff going on. So go to C2E2, check out Caitlin's panels. She's going to be dressed as Boomerang, Captain Boomerang, so find her. Give her a high five just like she likes, and definitely go see her panels, because they look
Yeah.
like they're really, really cool panels.
Check out the Chicago Nerd Social Club
Yep.
on
Yep.
their website and also their
ChicagoNerds.com, I think it was.
Facebook page, and Caitlin has her own page as well, so
Yep.
you should check that out.
Yeah, so thanks again.
Yeah.
So we're about to get into our Inhumans book review and talk about the Inhumans, but before that, it's time for little trailers of the week.
Trailers of the week.
Okay, get out of here, trailers of the week. I know what you're thinking. They're going to talk about Spider-Man. They're going to talk about that amazing, amazing Homecoming trailer. Well, you're wrong. We're not going to talk about that. We're not going to talk about the Justice League. We're not going to talk about any of those trailers. What we're going to talk about is the fucking Mummy trailer.
The Mummy.
Did you see the second trailer for the Mummy?
I did.
Did you like the first trailer for the Mummy?
The first trailer was great. Of course,
Okay.
you know that whole Tom Cruise yelling thing is
Ah!
hysterical.
If you haven't seen trailer number 1, you gotta watch it just to see Tom Cruise screaming
that's
in the
great.
crashing airplane. It's quality Cruise right there. But
Anyway.
trailer number 2 just dropped this week, and it is hands down a vast improvement over the trailer number 1. You get tons of story. And so I know what you're asking. Why should I give a damn about a Tom
Yet
Cruise
another
in a
mummy.
mummy movie? Well, I'll tell you why you should care. If you didn't already know this, Universal Studios, Universal Pictures announced they are going to do a shared universe. Everybody's doing their shared universe these days. Well, Marvel, they said, what property do we have?
Marvel Universal.
Fuck! Marvel Universal. I'm going to do that 10 times when I'm talking about this.
That's okay. We
Universal
always talk about
Studios, Universal Pictures is going to do a shared monster universe.
How cool is that?
How freaking awesome is that?
That's
All
so exciting. I just
the
got
classic
goosebumps.
Universal monsters
Literally got goosebumps.
are going to be in a big shared universe. This is the first movie of that universe. This is the Incredible Hulk with Ed Norton in it of the Universal shared movie monster universe.
Yeah.
Fucking great.
Oh, it's gonna be so exciting.
So it's going to start with the Mummy. And
Yeah, what's coming out after that?
they've already announced they're doing Creature from the Black Lagoon. They've announced a vampire movie yet to be determined.
Vampire movie.
They don't know who the vampire is going to be. They don't know what the vampire is going to be. They're going to do a Wolfman. They're going to do a Frankenstein, and it's all going to combine into one big monster squad. Oh yeah, they should do the monster squad. They're not going to do the monster squad, but that's pretty cool.
That's very cool.
To see a new Creature from the Black Lagoon movie. How neat is that? Maybe they'll shoot it at Wakulla Springs like they shot their first one. So that's pretty dope. And what do you see in this trailer? Of course, you see Tom Cruise kicking ass being Tom Cruise. He basically dies. He's off shooting up in the desert somewhere, and they come across this tomb with a mummy in it. So they're taking the sarcophagus into the airplane. The airplane crashes. Everybody dies on the plane. Tom Cruise is resurrected. He's back from the dead. The mummy brings him back from the dead because she's got some kind of use for him. Nobody knows what it is. But that opens up some interesting, potentially awesome stuff. Because who is Tom Cruise? He's now back from the dead. Is he going to be a vampire? Are they going to turn him into Dracula?
Oh my gosh,
He's
Lestat, right?
I didn't think about that. Yeah.
He's already been a vampire.
I know, and he was awesome. So they haven't said if he's going to be in the future movies, but he certainly could be. Russell Crowe.
I didn't even think about it that way.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Maybe he becomes the next mummy. Maybe he becomes some kind of a zombie.
Vampire, yeah.
Maybe he
That's
becomes a
interesting.
monster killer. We don't know. But you don't get Tom Cruise in your mummy movie and not include him in the rest of your shared Universal monster
Of course
universe.
not, why not?
So that's cool, man. We don't know what, and you see Russell Crowe in this trailer also. You see a lot more of him in this one. He has an awesome line in the trailer where he says, "Welcome to the new world of gods and monsters." So there's your tagline right there. That's your universe.
Monsters right there.
Oh, I'm so excited about this.
It's pretty cool.
If it were just a mummy movie starring Tom Cruise, I'd be excited about it. But to know that it's the
kickoff.
Iron Man of what will eventually be an Avengers-style universe of movie monsters, it's great. It's really exciting. So anyway, go check out the new Mummy trailer. Trailer number 2, not trailer number 1.
Now
Trailer
we
number
know
1
we
sucks.
can't show the trailers on our show.
I would show you the trailer, but last time YouTube yanked it, so we had to get rid of it.
So you gotta go see it
You gotta go see it
yourself.
on your own. But you're on the internet right now.
Yeah, it's easy.
Click on over after you finish this. Check out the Mummy trailer. Shit,
Finish.
we'll put a link. We'll put a link down in the
There you
comments.
go. That's a good idea. Always thinking.
By the way, we would really love it if you'd subscribe to our show. There, I said it. Click the subscribe button if you're watching this and you like it. We need some subscribers. We don't have nearly enough.
Yeah.
So, just thought I'd throw that out there, a little shameless plug. So,
what we're all
all right,
about.
let's get into some comics. Since that's really what the show is all about. It's a truckload of comics, not a truckload of Tom Cruise.
Although that could be an interesting show.
The Inhumans, man. All right, you know who the Inhumans are? I love the Inhumans. Shauna, you're starting to dig
I'm
the
starting to
Inhumans.
dig the Inhumans. I'd have to admit I wasn't into it at first, but after reading Infinity, that really sucked me into it. It's a really cool universe, so.
They are. They're awesome. They're the stepchildren of the mutants.
Yeah.
So who are they? The Inhumans were created in 1965 by Jack Kirby, Stan Lee, just like the same guys that brought you the X-Men. Fantastic Four number 45 if you're interested. So who are they? They are millions of years ago. The Kree, who are this alien race, came to Earth back when humans were just cavemen cavemen, painting on walls and stuff. So the Kree aliens did experiments on cavemen to they fucked with their DNA. They tried to make this master, super awesome race of humans out of cavemen. They eventually abandoned their plans. So they said, this isn't working out the way we wanted to. So they abandoned their plans. But the people they did experiments on they did kind of become superhuman humans. Inhumans, if you will.
Inhumans.
So now, millions of years later, some humans still carry that inhuman DNA from their ancestors millions of years ago that were worked on. So what does that mean? I don't know. It is what it is. So whenever they come in contact with this material called terrigen, it's crystal. It can also be in gaseous form. It unlocks their inhuman DNA. It makes them superheroes. It gives them powers. They don't know what the powers are going to be. So they go through this big religious, almost, ceremony
thing to
unlock their inhumanity, which is awesome because you never know what you're going to be. There's characters who go through terrigenesis, is what they call, and they get really crappy powers. They become
like
ugly
your
monsters.
Fingernails.
They're like Meg from
Family Guy.
Family Guy. You can grow your fingernails.
And they also can die too
Yeah.
through this process. So like if they're just not.
Or it can kill them.
Yeah.
So it's really neat. It's an interesting. If you've never read any Inhumans books, you should read it. Recently, Charles Soule. The Inhumans as characters kind of fell off. They kind of disappeared from comics for a little while.
Why you haven't heard about him?
Until a few years
recently.
ago. Charles Soule just finished up an awesome run. He brought him back in a big way in a book called Inhuman. And that led into the Uncanny Inhumans, which was a killer run. He brought him back in a huge way. People are loving the Inhumans again. There's an Inhuman movie and an Inhuman TV show coming out. So
exciting!
Get to know about the Inhumans. They're freaking awesome.
It's actually a TV show where they're premiering the first 2 episodes in IMAX, which is pretty awesome. We've talked about it already.
Yeah.
But...
So there's going to be a 2-hour pilot that's going to be in IMAX theaters in September. That'll introduce you to who the Inhumans are. See them on camera. There's been a lot of behind-the-scenes set photos.
Yeah, it's so cool.
Oh,
I just
so
get
good.
goosebumps again. You're just giving me
Please,
goosebumps this whole
goosebumps.
time.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Let's turn the heat up.
Right?
Okay, so Charles Soule just finished up his run.
Mm-hmm.
So now we're back to square one with the Inhumans. I won't tell you everything that happened in that run because it's like 50 issues.
Yeah, and you can get it in the trade form, like everything else.
So right now we're starting off with a bunch of number 1s for the Inhumans. Inhumans Prime, number 1. A book called The Royals, number 1, which is pretty dope. Pick up either one of them. It's a good time to get started. There's also going to be a Black Bolt book. He's the Inhuman King. He's going to get his own book. Yeah, so there's going to be a lot of really cool Inhumans books that are starting right now. So it's a good time to get into them.
Yep.
If you like superheroes and stuff.
They give you a little backstory too, if you don't know. So catch you up a little bit.
So Inhumans Prime is basically the story of the royal family of the Inhumans have kind of separated. They're no longer the royal family. That all happened in Charles Soule's run. So they're going to start a little democracy of Inhumans on Earth. It was its
own city.
Yeah, they were their own independent royal city for a while, but now they're going to be a little more democratic. They got new leadership, and that's the story of what's going on in Inhumans Prime. The new government of Inhumans on Earth. The Royals book, which I think I prefer, is the story of the royal family of Inhumans are off on a space mission. They're going to space, bitch, and they're going to find all kinds of answers to the origins of Inhumans. So
and how to keep their race going.
Yeah.
Because they're, well, I guess at high level, there's no more Terrigen.
Yeah,
basically.
In the books, they lost all the Terrigen on the planet because they found out that Terrigen, the stuff that makes them awesome and Inhumans, kills mutants.
Yeah.
They just finished up an Inhumans vs. X-Men run, which was pretty dope.
Yeah.
So what makes Inhumans kills the X-Men. So they had gotten a big war. At the end, they decided to get rid of all the Terrigen to save the mutants. Way to go, Inhumans. Good job.
I know, they're so thoughtless. Or
Yeah.
self.
They're so thoughtless.
That's not the right
Bastards.
word to say.
Human pigs.
Selfless? What's the right
Selfless.
word? Selfless?
Why not?
I don't know. Whatever. They're caring.
So, if I had to pick one of these two books, I'd go with The Royals. The art is incredible.
So cool.
The art in Royals, it's by a guy named John Boy Myers.
Go John
anyway.
Boy.
Man, the art's so good. It's so colorful.
Yeah.
Hard lines. It's
It's like a throwback to classic art,
I think
classic
so.
comic book
It
art.
almost looks graffiti art. It almost
yeah.
looks like Japanimation kind of manga art. It looks really, really, really badass. Every page is a splash of color that will just knock your socks off. And they're going to space.
Yeah.
Who doesn't love a good space story?
Right?
I do.
Who doesn't?
I do.
Yeah.
So pick up Royals. Pick them both. You know, you never know what you're going to like. This is going to take place on Earth. Inhumans Prime's more of an Earthbound story. Royals is going to be a space story. Black Bolt comes out in May. I don't know what the hell that's going to be.
Not sure.
Black Bolt
we'll
doesn't
find out.
speak, so it's gonna be, he's going to get his own book. It's like when they give Groot his own book.
I am Groot.
I am Groot. I am Groot. Every word bubble is I am Groot. It's
Yep.
pretty awesome.
That was pretty good. But yeah, Black Bolt doesn't speak because when he speaks, it's
Blows shit away.
Yeah, so he doesn't talk. So that will be interesting to
That'll
see
be
what
interesting.
they
We're
do.
going to probably review that, and we'll do the whole review just like this.
Mm-hmm.
Not saying a word. Take that, Black Bolt. So yeah, check out the Inhumans. Great time to get into it. Everything's starting off at Inhumans issue number 1
Yep,
right now.
sure there's lots available still.
Cool. So before we wrap this up, we're going to do a quick C2E2 update.
C2E2!
If you watched our episode last week, we did a whole C2E2 episode. If you haven't watched it, go watch it and hit the subscribe button. Please subscribe to us. So a couple new things that have been added on our little C2E2 update. The kids from the Stranger Things, they were showing up on Saturday and Sunday. They're only going to be there on Sunday now.
Bummer.
You know,
Well.
duty calls.
Yeah, that's why you get a 3-day pass.
Yeah, that's why you get a 3-day pass. Good point.
So.
New addition, Svengoolie
Svengoolie!
is gonna be at C2E2.
Chicago legend.
If you're from Chicago, you probably know who Svengoolie is. Svengoolie he does a show.
It's kind of like the Elvira of Chicago.
Yeah, he shows old movie monster movies. It's like it's just the Saturday morning movie showcase of monster movies, old black and white monster movies.
Yep.
He's hilarious, so he's going to be there. He's always there, but he'll sign autographs for you for free. He's one of those free guys.
Mm-hmm.
Take a picture, get an autograph as Svengoolie. He's awesome. So he's going to be there. From the movie Harry Potter, Jason Isaacs and Ivana Lynch is going to be there. So, sorry. I know.
Sorry,
They're
I'm
kind
not
of
Harry Potter.
Maybe not the best
But-
Harry Potter stars, but hey, take what you can get, man. So they're going to be there. Some new comic book Artist Alley people that were announced. Bob Camp, from the Ren and Stimpy show.
Stimpy.
He's going to be
that's
there,
great.
signing autographs. He does commissions for people that are great. He'll do a Ren and Stimpy commission for you if you ask him to. Pay him.
What?
Brian Azzarello from The Dark Knight 3, the Master Race that's currently running. He does that. He did the
Cool.
book Joker, which is
Ooh,
one of my all-time
yeah.
favorite Joker books. The art in there is insane. So he's going to be there. CM Punk, you wrestling fans. SmackDown. CM Punk's going to be there. I know what you're asking. Why the hell is CM Punk in the Artist Alley? Because CM Punk makes comics.
Yeah.
Bet you didn't know that. Yeah, he did Drax last year.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
He did a couple of Thor books. So CM Punk,
See?
man of many talents.
Multi-talented.
Guy's punk as fuck. Anyway, Daryl DMC McDaniels is going to be there from
What?
Run DMC. Daryl McDaniels is going to be there. He, just like CM Punk, he also makes comics. I think his books are Daryl Makes Comics, which is DMC.
Is that really
Yeah,
it?
I think that's what it's
That's
called.
pretty funny.
So he's going to be there, and he's just going to be at Artist Alley. If you ever wanted to meet an original founding member of the hip hop royalty, he's going to be there. Just walk right up to his table,
Shake his hand.
shake his hand.
He might charge you
Get a
for an
picture.
autograph, but whatever.
He might not.
Who knows?
He seems like a really cool guy. I've seen him at the shows before, and I've never talked to him, but I've seen his table and seen him sitting there. He seemed like a really cool guy.
Cool, man.
That's
Also,
about
you
it.
got Zach Levi from Chuck fame.
Did you ever see the show Chuck? Chuck's
He's
going to be
added.
there.
Yep.
I think he played Chuck. I never saw it.
Never saw it either. But anyway, if you're a fan of the show.
Yeah, and he was in Tangled, wasn't he? He was one of the voices in the
Oh,
Rapunzel
yeah.
movie, Tangled.
Yeah.
And yeah, so Chuck's gonna be there. I think it's Chuck. Zachary Levi, sorry, he's gonna be there.
We're not sure who he
And they're
played
still
on
adding
Chuck,
people
but-
daily, weekly. So keep on checking out C2E2.com for all your C2E2 information.
Mhm.
It's only 2 weeks away, people. If you haven't got your tickets, go down to Chicago Comics and get your tickets.
We'll be there every day.
We'll be there every single day, and you will see Caitlin Rosberg of the Chicago Nerd Social Club. She's going to be there. She's got
Yep.
3 panels. Check them out. That's all we got.
All
So
right.
thanks for joining us here this week.
As
Please
always.
hit the subscribe button. We could use some subscribers,
Please.
people.
Yeah.
So and leave us comments.
Yeah.
Send us emails. We got an email that's chuckloadofcomics@gmail.com. We
Yeah.
do a mailbag section when we have time. We read viewer emails. So send us an email. We'll
Yeah.
talk about it. I swear to God.
Absolutely anything. Could be
Try
about
me.
the show. It could be bad critiques. It could be good critiques.
I ain't
It could
reading no
just
bad
be
critiques.
questions. You can still send them though. We'll
Why do you
read
drink
them.
so
We
much?
just might not read them on air.
Don't read them. Nah, just send us a message.
Anything.
Leave us a comment down on YouTube.
Tell us
Do
what you
whatever.
want us to talk about.
We will read it
Yep.
on the air. You'll be famous as us, with our 51 subscribers.
2.
52! So anyway, thanks for joining us. Be back here next week. We're going to do one more episode, and then we're going to be at C2E2 after that.
Woo!
We're going to get a lot of good C2E2 footage. We've already got
Yes.
some killer
We've got some
interviews lined up.
interviews
We'll tell you more about them later.
scheduled.
I don't want to let the cat out of the bag,
I
but
know. I'm
yeah.
so excited.
So
Okay.
big stuff coming. Thanks for joining us. Chuck Load of Comics. See you next week.
See ya. Bye-bye.